I want to talk about something that's profound. Talk about something this morning, based off of experience. I had an interesting experience yesterday. Nikia, you was there yesterday, so I go down. I go down to be with my classmates on yesterday, and you know, I wake up every morning as imperfect as I am, and I am imperfect. I am not perfect, but I make sure. Hey, what's up, Uncle Reggie? I make sure that I wake up with the intent to do the right thing, with the intent to love, be nice, or whatever. And going out is difficult for me, and I had to make myself go somewhere. I have anxiety so bad because it's so violent. So I went to a space yesterday. Tyrone, we was talking about you yesterday. Love you, man. And I ran into somebody. Let me just go back, because this did happen, and I'm gonna break it all down for you. I was pretty much doing community service. I was already a comedian at the comedy club, and I was hosting a high school talent show at my high school, trying to help the band to raise money. So I'm donating my services, hosting a talent show. And this is when Woodlawn started getting bad, because that was in 93, probably a couple of years after that, around that same area of time is when I got shot. After that, that's when Woodlawn first started, because I used to go and host the talent shows. And I started hosting the talent shows in high school. And then when I left high school, I was in college and I started doing comedy. I would always go back to my high school to host a talent show hosted by comedian Rickey Smiley from the comedy club. Mr. Maddox was nice enough to let me host those shows. Sometimes he would pay me, I think it was like $75. And sometimes I was just doing it just for the fun of it and just to get the stage time and the experience, right? So I was hosting the talent show, and I'll never forget it. I don't care how long ago. I don't care if it was 50 years ago. It happened. And that's the manipulation. Like when people do shit to you, like, you still on that? Yeah, I'm still on that. If it haven't been corrected, if nobody made good for it, if nobody apologized, say, hey, if that hurt you or that affected you at the time. What up, Bernard? Love you, man. What up, Tan? Carol? Carol, I'm finna come over your house today. Just let me know if you're cooking or not. Inbox me. No, never mind, because sure, man, if you told me that you don't be washing your meat, you take it straight out the pack and be frying pork chops. Never mind. So Ryan Phillips, this is what happened. So I'm hosting the talent show, and just out of nowhere, I had a little backpack with my belongings was in the backpack. I don't know. I think I had my wallet or whatever. And I had some papers and some paperwork and my little notes and stuff. I used to keep my little notebook with my jokes and my little calendar in there. And some guys that went to Woodlawn ran on stage and snatched it. And they ran off stage. And I didn't know if it was part of a skit, or I'm like this a joke, right? Or whatever. But they ran on stage and snatched my backpack or whatever. And I ran backstage after it, and I just saw some dudes standing around with this like blank stare on their face. And it just, something didn't feel right about it. This really happened. I never talked about it. What made me talk about it, because I saw one of the guys yesterday at Casanova. So it made me uncomfortable. It was real eerie. It was like, what the fuck? What happened? Why did this happen? What did I do? I wasn't cracking on nobody. I wasn't roasting on nobody. I'm just hosting the show, being funny or whatever. So I saw one of them at the club yesterday. And here's my thing. You know, I came in with good intentions or whatever. One thing about me or whatever, I can tell you everybody that was in my first grade class and how they look and where they sat. I can tell you where every single person sat at my dad's funeral, April the 11th, 1974, and what they had on. That's how good my long-term memory is. If I meet you yesterday, I can't even tell you that I saw you yesterday or whatever. I remember, you know, but I can tell you I have great long-term memory. And I remember that happened. I never talked about it. I never addressed it, anything. So I saw one of the guys and it was almost like, it was just weird because my thing is, man, I'm looking to, cause we older now. That shit happened in 92, 93, but I never forgot it. I don't give a fuck how long it was ago. We older now. Everybody older. And my thing was, what up, Rick? Congratulations. Listen, I know that happened. I apologize. I was young. I was stupid. It was disrespectful. We was just playing or we wasn't playing. Whatever, it don't matter. Because shit, you end up in the same space again. We good. Cause my thing would have been, shit, bro, we good. I appreciate that. We good. You know, but you never forget it. You don't hold grudges. I forgave him. You don't hold no grudge or whatever. And so now I'm sitting there and I'm feeling the energy. And I saw them go outside to sit on, you know, on the front to smoke a cigarette or whatever. And I'm sitting inside and I saw my man look my way and he just kind of shook his head like in disgust as if I did something to him. Right? And it just be one of those things like, you know, like even with high school participation, Woodlawn reunion, like the last time I went to something, I had a girl walk up and put a phone in my face and then go back and tell her husband that I assaulted her. And he make a Facebook post like, Rick Smiley, you assaulted my wife. I just removed her hand out of my face because she put the phone in my face. And it's just number one, it's a pocket of people that just don't like your ass. And they don't like your ass because somebody else don't like your ass. Most of the people that say that they don't like you, they cannot fucking tell you what you even did to them. Well, what did I do to you? They can't tell you. Most people, 90% of people probably just gonna say, I just don't like you. I just heard you was arrogant. I just heard you was, I got a whole pocket of people hate my ass. It started with just because I went to court and got custody of my goddamn son. And I got 2 generations after that don't like your ass and have trained other people and trained other kids not to like your ass that you ain't never did nothing to. But all you have to do is ask them, well, what did he do to you? And it's crazy because and let me not sit up here and sound like an angel or something. I used to pick at this girl named Dolores in high school. She went to Woodlawn, and me and Meatball, we was all in Daryl, we was all in the same section where we used to pick at her because she used to carry her own books, and she was real smart or whatever. And now mind you, that was fucking 86. Right? That was 86. And made fun of the girl, pick at her all the time, all that kind of bullshit. And ran into her maybe 5 years ago at the class reunion. Here it is. That was 86. Here it is, I don't know, 86, 30 years, almost 30 years later, or whatever the math is. I'm not good at math. And I walked up on the girl. She's sitting up under a tent, slumped over, hiding, nervous, because she thought that I was going to make fun of her at the class reunion. And when I tell you, man, that shit tore me up inside out. Like I literally wanted to cry. I felt so bad because I had no idea of what I did and how that affected her, even to the point where 30 years later at a class reunion, you sitting at a class reunion hiding from Rickey Smiley because you think he finna crack on you or whatever. And I kneeled down and I hugged her and I apologized to her because that had an effect on her. She was having anxiety at the class reunion picnic. And for me, doing what I did during that time, it ain't no justification. I was young, I was immature, no justification, but it was not right. Give a fuck how young you are, how immature you are. If you do something to somebody, you need to fucking apologize. And I apologized to her. And here's the most important part. You have to own it. I owned that shit. I bullied that damn girl, made fun of her for carrying all her books and being smart and shit, and just made fun of her, and it was wrong. And I had to own it. Hear what I did in high school and had a whole effect on a person till she would show up at a high school reunion in hiding. And it fucking made me feel bad. And I had to apologize to her. I had to own it. And in order to move on and to get in a better space, man, sometimes, man, you have to look back and say, okay, if I hurt you, if I did this to you, I apologize. I accept responsibility for my actions, for what I did. I own it. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I own that shit. I did that shit. I apologize. And what can I do to make it better? What can I do to fix it? Like from deep down in my heart, like I still feel bad about it. I had to it took me months to forgive myself after I saw that it had affected her that bad. I left high school and went on with my life and my career. I ain't thought nothing of it, but damn, this girl over here still suffering because she had the damn class reunion hiding from me in her 40s. That shit made me feel bad. I felt like shit. It's all about accountability. Now, I'm not scared to go anywhere, but damn, it was just to be in a space where you got beef with somebody that did something to you. Did something to you. So what I was going to do, go and confront him. It wasn't the time. It wasn't the place. And maybe he not in a space where he want to have a conversation about it. But I tell you what, nighttime wasn't finna catch me in that bitch because I remember what he did those years ago. And since you gave me that kind of look and shook your head in disgust when you saw me as if I did something to you, let me get the fuck on. I went and lied to everybody. I said, all right, y'all, I'm finna go to bed. Hugged everybody. All right, y'all know I got to get up, be on the radio. I wasn't even ready to leave, but if anything is off, anything, 1% something, one person is off. I don't know where he had in his life and what he had on him, but I know he wasn't vibing with me. I done had beef with people in high school that I done seen them. Shit, me and Arnez J, 23 years. I saw this nigga, hey, for my part, I apologize. Hugs. How you doing? How have your life been? I just wasn't going to put myself in a position because I don't know where people are mentally and emotionally or whatever. Let me get the fuck on. Let me act like somebody come walk with me. Come on, let me holler at you. Come walk to the car with me. Shit. Pulling them outside just to get some space. Get somebody out there with me. I wasn't finna walk out there passing by myself. I don't know what the fuck, where nobody's mindset is. And then if I get into it with somebody or whatever, man, I got things in my contract with my job that if I get in a fight or get into any type of altercation, I'll lose my job. I got too much on the line. So let me go and let me take my ass home. I was going to go to the World Game closing event, but once I have a bad experience, that's a good old early sign for me. Let me take my ass on home and take it to the house. And I just watch the World Games on Facebook and on TV, but I'm just talking about accountability. accountability, and just trying to do the right thing. The next video I'm gonna make, and I hope that brother, I wish that brother well. I just remember him when they was a kid, even before they got to high school. I knew all of those kids. I don't know what got into them that night to make them do that or whatever. I would love to sit down and have a conversation, because my question is, what did I do to you to make you do what you did that night? And what was so bad about it? That when you saw me, you still, I remember what you did, but I'm always looking with the intent to forgive, with the intent to make it right or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I already explained, you have to watch the whole video. I ain't finna do a recap. Just watch the whole video. It is what it is. But I will see y'all at the Stardome tonight. I'll be on stage tonight. We're gonna have a good time. Woodlawn High School. Shout out to everybody that went to the W. Woodlawn. But always remember, accountability, owning it, and making good, and putting your ego and your pride aside to apologize to people that you've hurt or victimized. And I'm talking about without justification. I ain't talking about I'm sorry, but. Ain't no but. Motherfucker, you sorry or you not. So, I just one thing I do understand, being a gunshot victim, man, one wrong move, one wrong being in the wrong place at the wrong time, somebody will take your damn life, because people just don't have any regard for human life anymore. You don't know where a person is and what they thinking. And you just don't want nothing to happen. Everybody be safe. The minute you feel uncomfortable anyway, get your ass up and leave. You don't want to be laying in the hospital talking about I should have left. And then even if you survive an injury or whatever, you might be dealing with lifetime injuries or whatever, which will eventually take you to your death. And man, you have to be wise and be careful and be loving. It happened. It is what it is. And I just have to be careful about how I move. But that's right. George Fleming said, at this age, stay out of the way. Yes, sir. And keep them friends and different people, keep them real tight. But if you out here and you did something, I don't care if you was 15 when you did it, make good on it. Because one thing about it, you know where you been, but you don't know where you're going. And you don't know who you're going to need. You don't know who could provide some kind of opportunity for you, or whatever, or make a phone call on your behalf that might be life-changing for you. You know what I'm saying? We always looking to help and to support businesses and to give and all that stuff. I come with love and come with good intentions, always, with everyone. So, love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Get out here, apologize, own it, accept responsibility for your action, make it happen. Mary, I read your comment on the radio today. That was good stuff. All right, man. Love y'all. Peace.